A very good morning to you watching Westnile Television. Today is 7th of July 2023. It is a Friday. You have to know that the week is coming to an end and it is a weekend. And for those who do not know, weekend does not start on Saturday. It starts today, Friday. And so it is a free Friday for me right here at Westnile Television. It is KOKOLIRIKO Live, and we are coming to you live from the broadcast house of the television right here on Plot 39A Weather Park Lane, Nyafio, Arua City, Westnile Sub-region. We thank you very much for those who have joined us this morning. We do appreciate you very much for always tuning to Westnile Television. I have to tell you that yesterday I was in Yumbe district, one of the districts that is not having a tarmac road, and that is what you need to know right there. Not even a single one, not even a 0.5 kilometer tarmac the district is having, and the road is in a dilapidated state. And then we urge the government of the Republic of Uganda to stick to the promise. And this is not the first time that the government of the Republic of Uganda has been promising to tarmac that particular road. I have been told that the process is on, only that the issues to do with compensation is what is delaying the tarmacking of Koboko-Yumbe-Moyo Road. But as we wait for the tarmacking, we have to really maintain. And according to the information is that government of the Republic of Uganda will not be tarmacking any road in this financial year 2023-2024. Maybe 2024-2025 as we move towards the 2026 election that will be coming away. And for the politicians, you have to know that the years are numbered already, and we're already in the middle of the year 2023, and next year will be 2024, and that will be a very busy political year for people to canvass for their votes. And the 2025 relatively will be the preparation for exit and entry, and for those who will be exiting political arena, they will be determining right there. Well, for those new entrants who will be eagerly waiting to really join the political arena, they will be also preparing the ground. And for those who were politicians and they were not able to go back, they will also be clearing the ground. And so I have been told that currently the activities that are going on, they are all in preparation for the 2026. Who does not want to go to parliament, and who does not want to sit in that office? Each and every person is eagerly waiting to really enjoy that particular office. A quick one right here from police, North Kyoga region, incident report, Leptong district, and you have to know that the child stealing via the SG, reference number 0406072023, time of occurrence, that is 3/04/2023, around that is 17 hours. And reporter is that Corporal Okeng Moy Moses, 55 years, Langi, a police officer attached at Away Police Post, Leptong district. Victim is called Ahuma Irene, and she's a female juvenile, 1 to 2 years old, and she's a resident of Arua City main market. And the suspect is called Adong Ariet, female adult, 23 years old, Langi, and the case has been registered at Okonko B village, resident of Okonko B village, Shede parish, that is Away sub-county, Ajuri county, Leptong district. And the brief facts about this information is that the information was received by the OC police post number 49739, Corporal Okeng Moy Moses, that there was a lady by the names of Adong Harriet, suspected to have stolen a kid by the names of Ahuma Irene, 1 to 2 years, from Arua City main market. When interviewed, she revealed that the father of the kid is Lubakena Joel and mother is Nakumi Janet, all live in Arua, near Arua main market. She alleges that she stole the kid because she wasn't paid wages for 1 to 2 years. And so police action is that the suspect has been arrested, a statement recorded, and then efforts to trace for parent of the kid continues. And so if you know of this particular family that has really lost a child to a thief who stole this particular child when when she was really given house work to do at their home, in retaliation of failure by the parents of this kid, this particular lady decided to steal the baby so that it can really make these people pay her money. And this is quite unfortunate, and I have to tell you that the kind of life that the maids are going through, it is really so appalling. And I urge each and every individuals, please let us treat these people with a lot of, humane in us. It is quite unfortunate that you pick somebody's daughter to come and help you at your home, and you don't care about this person. This person has to eat what we call the remains of the food that you have eaten. Sometimes they're made even to eat, the food that falls from your table. You're not even caring about the health of this person. You're not even clothing this person. The kind of treatment is really too bad. And it's too much. They're human beings. You want somebody's daughter to take care of your children. You want somebody's daughter to take care of your home. This person has to wake up at 3 a.m. and begins fetching water, begins washing your clothes, begin cleaning your house. And the person has to work like she's a slave. No. I urge the LC1 chairpersons in all the cells and the villages that we do have. If government of the Republic of Uganda can really support me and any other person in this, it is going to be a very good one. We have children who are really being tortured, being mistreated in the hands of those who went to school, in the hands of those who got educated, and they're powerful people in this country. They have the money, they know things, but go back to their homes and see how they're treating these people's children in the name of maids, housemaids. I don't know who brought this issue of housemaids, because I don't like the way people are being treated. It is quite unfortunate. And I know this young girl, this young lady picked this baby so that it can really force these people to pay her money. You brought her to work and you promised that you pay. Why do you treat somebody like that? You don't pay somebody for 2 years. And this person has been working, from the first hour to the last hour, again from the first day up to the last day that the person picked the kid. And you have not paid the person. Let us be human. It is quite unfortunate that these people who are treating these people's daughters like these are the people who go to the church and they are given the front seat. They have the money. But what comes out of them? It is really quite unfortunate that we live in the world that people don't feel that they're living with their colleagues, they're living with with human beings who are like them. Let it not be your situation to cause problem to somebody. Your wealth that God has blessed you with, the money that God has blessed you with, should be for improving somebody's life. And that's something that I need to say this morning. And if I don't say this, I will not stay well the whole day. And this is what has been perturbing me, because I move a lot and I live in a society where we have this kind of people. It is quite unfortunate that we don't feel for our colleagues, we don't feel for our neighbors' children, we don't feel for our friends' children, we don't feel for our brothers' children, and we don't feel for our sisters' children. Your children are going to school early in the morning, well dressed by this person who is not being paid, who is not educated. And then you want this person's child just to stay. You torture him, you torture her, you mistreat her, you don't want her to eat good food. If you're eating meat, the person is eating beans. If you're taking tea with the sugar, you don't want this person to take tea with sugar, because you're paying the person 20,000 at the end of the month. And what can 20,000 do to this person who works for you night and day? And for you are there busy watching Z World. It's quite unfortunate that we live in a society that people don't feel for their colleagues. We live in a society that people don't mind about the kind of life that somebody is living. What is the problem if you serve the person meat also? Will you die? And this is a person who has prepared this meat. And this is the person who is supposed to wash your dirty clothes. It's a person who is supposed to wash your dirty linens. And you don't feel for the person? It's quite unfortunate. As police investigate this, police should also look at the side of the other story. And if I am the police CID, I would really also investigate these parents of this child, how they were treating this person at home there. Yes, she has committed a crime. But what about the crimes that have been committed by these parents on this particular young lady? Not paid for 2 years. And if it was you, what would you do? If some people have missed only salary for 1 month and you see how they react, somebody missing salary for 2 years, what reaction do you expect from this person? It's quite unfortunate. It's quite unfortunate. Let's get to local stories that we have from Westnile sub-region this morning. You have to know that the 9th Archbishop of the Church of Uganda, Dr. Stephen Kazimba Mugalu, arrived for his visit to the Diocese of Madi and Westnile Diocese. The Archbishop was received by the Diocesan Bishop, Right Reverend Charles Collins Andaku, the resident City Commissioner, the resident District Commissioner, and Christians as he starts his 4 days pastoral visit to the diocese. Let's have more on this story.
The Bishop and the Christians of the Diocese of Madi Westnile welcomed the 9th Archbishop of the Province of the Church of Uganda, His Grace the Most Reverend Dr. Samuel Stephen Kazimba Mugalu, this morning at the border between Nebi District and Madi Okolo District. The Christians, clergy and the government officials were in joyous moods upon the arrival of the Archbishop to the diocese, who was accompanied by the Bishop of Nebi Diocese, Right Reverend Pons Ozele. The Archbishop later proceeded to commissioning of the newly constructed St. Stephen's Church of Uganda in Oyibu Archdeaconry, where he dedicated the building, the altar, and the Christians to God.
St. Stephen's Church of Uganda Ondiko is hereby being commissioned by me and dedicated to the glory of God. In the name of God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. We bless the altar table, all the chairs here, everything inside here. We pray that you bless everything, even those who want to mention, to your glory and honor. We bless you and we exalt you in Jesus' name. Amen.
However, the Archbishop, who was accompanied by the Bishop of the Diocese of Madi Westnile, planted trees as a sign to care for the environment, since it has been one of the key focuses of the Church of Uganda under the Department of Household Community Transformation.
Asadri erni eri ya patinde babile bane tengon der malia ruatane simvini sizin orindi anatara asadri ya ruatane simvini saglonda banunsi amina.
Conclusively, the Archbishop finished the rest of his days at Uganda Christian University Ringley Study Center for his first major visit as the Chancellor of the university. I am Ivan Manaba, Westnile TV, Nilecast.
That is the arrival of the Archbishop of the Church of Uganda, Dr. Stephen Kazimba Mugalu, right there. And as I talk right now, he's in Madi Westnile Diocese after staying in Nebi Diocese for 7 days, for your information. And so today he will proceed with the other activities that have been planned for him. And so yesterday it was a colorful one, as you have witnessed, welcoming him from the border of Nebi Diocese and Madi Westnile Diocese. Later on proceeded to really commission that church. and proceeded to that is UCU Ringley campus that is in Arua district. And today he will proceed with other activities that have been planned. I've been told that he will be able to proceed to Komoko, and the people of Komoko, the Archbishop of the Church of Uganda, will be visiting your area, and you have to turn up in big numbers. It's important that you should be able to receive the blessing. For me, I received mine last weekend on Saturday at War Ukemu, that is the Archdeaconry of Okoro, and so you have also to receive the blessing from the man of God, His Grace, Dr. Stephen Kazimba Mugalo, right there, the Archbishop of the Church of Uganda. All right, away from that, the police in Zombo district have launched an investigation under which unknown thieves stabbed a mobile money operator along Jupanyondo Road in Paida Town Council, Zombo district. Akiki Amoti, a 22-year-old resident of Paida Town Council, was rushed to St. Maria Clinic after he was stabbed with a knife in the left side of the belly 3 times, left arm and chest respectively, by unknown thugs, and robbed of shillings 3 million. Alfred Jawoko reports more on this.
Police in Zombo district have launched an investigation under which unknown thieves stabbed a mobile money operator along Jupanyondo Road in Paida Town Council, Zombo district. Amota Kiki, a 22-year-old resident of Jupandika East Cell, Paida Town Council, was rushed to St. Maria Clinic after he was stabbed with a knife in the left side of the belly 3 times, left arm and chest respectively, by unknown thugs. The incident happened at around 8 p.m. Eyewitnesses who preferred anonymity say the suspects escaped through one of the dark corridors in Paida Town Council. A clinical officer at St. Maria Clinic who was giving treatment to the victim said he saved the victim who was lying in a pool of blood. Santos Kermondo, chairperson Paida Mobile Man Operators, condemned the incident and said the association has managed to take the victim to Holy Family Hospital Nyapea for further treatment.
Ideo jaleni manu dog sende pa kusimu cheke gam tingu kisheto koru and gam yueke dum magor so lembeni ira ane be le magwe donc kawona be kwa abeshimo wan danu matitie ka ki mobile money the town ni kadi bende the town ni tendengo sai kadi sai tusharo tuko ni kitie kipini ya yipa dana la konko shalo customer ibinu nanke tu bekaso mapidige nye bibini pemirecha ni ongola ni nange sukape kwa wi kema yi kemo ole ka kwanza ki ko video etame pero la mauke ta kecha kanya na mutie ka ni banga ni ka tu transaction ni do kucha ko ka ni ni ko na kungo operating mobile man mapinja ya nange timu pintanga agame do ko le denu pa ko meme manori kum tagiwa sharing to later.
Meanwhile, speaking to Westnile TV, the victim said the thieves made away with the 3 million shillings, a mobile phone with 2 SIM cards for Airtel and MTN, and a laptop bag containing other items. Akiki recalled that the attackers were 3 in number, and one was his regular customer and spoke Lugwara accent.
Anyangatia kima moti steward. Manyauru eni la meniti mreki ni misawa shell kunusu kama ni sawa basi ai tie na malawa bedu ko uwo boss para ija dukani misha samu bedu wa shell muzei para luumi neche de saira nywaji ega meshe do de do kasa nywaji ja enewa ko bedu da ko mo da ko ja de nan ka wo sende eskatele namba pa chwari dong namba pa chwari ja bedu ka dong meto initiating body e da ko ja gamu kere gamu yoringe ndundu tie limba mo ko bolu ke jani nyako mo ka shelo bolu ke limba ke ja gamu ke lu sende nyaka gwete same me usende si bare la kire wu den kinema atingu buga mira gwet ke limba eni apoy je dita shelo tuju anga shelo mondi ngi counter dokani ka diori ya ko be pendu bang ela penya ni amero ke lu t-shirt mo kende agama waju t-shirt mo kende podi mero sika kila donc poda miro nanga ka gwet gine ma eni aka gwet kilimba kana la ngia ba je dite en ke wangala neno shari o tungita ot wan dokani agama poi wanga shel mara shel mikin choja binu ne kumachi samu ne kumachi jal mbe ga penyu bango shenge minguta wanga shel o ma ko muta e malare den godum samu opo to di komi muta e ma ko bara su teni jal mun ne kumachi gamu binu o pie wanga shel bi chonga e bi sam pie bi chonga winju chonga ni mel wanga shel gamu kwi en me ma muta bara wa titini kode gamu jal pie bi chonga e ke to be ko pala shenge jale ni gamu ponya ni anyu pi namba pa airtel abe dongra po e to makagai to me bota e kende be penja suwa po e kende e te no shinga e komkom e gamu shop e shop shinga e no wanga gamu na no wanga shel ngara shel mushungu dong ta wata mondo dong be shop penyo be shop be do bag mo ba sende kamu do simu mo mobile money kamu chaka keo kin buku keshagi simu para be di jeba simu medit e bine wa do simu wende meni podi ma e ma ko muda suwa be titini ko de wa chela neno jalma e su nga pala nang bo choba ka kai agama jakira nya tikero mo ku bina agama jakira la pala da kamu rieda kama ukamu telo bongore ye rieda di
Grace Team, Deputy Resident Commissioner Zombo District, advises mobile money operators to be vigilant and close their businesses as early as 6 p.m. because they don't have security to work beyond the time.
It is unfortunate that someone lost that sum of money, over 3 million shillings, to thugs or robbers, thieves, we call them who they are. They are all bad people. But I want to call upon all mobile money operators and all people who are dealing in cash. Please make sure that you are vigilant and see to it that you close shop early. You close your business early, if possible before 7. Because I know most of the operators cannot afford security to guard them. But my advice to them is that they should close their shops before 7 o'clock.
Meanwhile, last month, Uganda Police Force released a report that attacks and robberies on the mobile money operators and agent banking are on the increase, and noted that hotspot areas are in Gulu City, Zombo District, Kampala City, Yumbe District, among others. Alfred Jawak, Westnile TV, Nilecast.
All right, thank you very much, Alfred Jawako, for that report. And this is not the first time that Paida Town Council is registering such, nasty incident right there. So we call upon the mobile money operators in Paida Town Council and also other town councils that we do have in West Nile to be vigilant because these people who don't want to work but they want to get money, they are already busy, scheming how they can really rob you. And so you have to be very careful and vigilant when you're doing this kind of business. You have to know that you're a bank yourself, and so people target where money is kept. Who does not need money? And so you have to be careful that you are doing a business in a community where we have people who are really, busy scheming how they can really steal the money that you have. Let's go for a break, and when we come back, we still have more for you. It's exactly 1 minute past over 8 a.m. right on Westnile Television. My name is Denis Oringi, and it's KOKOLIRIKO Live. Good morning.
Westnile TV, lighting up the region.
Get more for less on Star Times this Easter season. Cartoon channel for best children entertainment. New global series. Local drama on Makula TV and football all around the world. Simply make weekly or monthly subscription and enjoy upgrade to the next bouquet. For classic or super bouquet customers, subscribe for a month and enjoy 5 days extra. Family time with Star Times. Star Times is regulated by UCC.
Westnile TV, lighting up the region.
Nor Islamic Primary School in Moyo District is grappling with the issue of lack of a proper latrine for the male pupils and the staff, yet the available latrine is in a very sorry state. Mali Michael, the District Education Officer, Moyo District, stated that the stance ratio of the latrines in the school is below the national norm, and therefore there is need for maintenance and repair on the current dilapidated latrines structures in the school. Okumu Dominic reports more on this.
The school, which is in Moyo Town Council in Moyo District, is grappling with the issue of lack of proper latrine for the male pupils and the staff. That has led to the pupils sharing the same latrine with their staff, yet the available latrine is in a very sorry state. Mrs. Alia Rose Miliaziga, the head teacher of the school, said the school has a problem with the WAS, that is to say the school latrines are in a very bad condition, especially that for the boys and the staff.
We have a problem with the school wash, let me say, the school wash, that is the toilets. Mostly the boys' toilets and the staff toilets. They are in very poor conditions. These toilets were constructed way back in 2004. Being a new head teacher brought to this school just this year, I'm facing a lot of difficulties. I therefore beg the stakeholders, the ones responsible to really come to our aid so that new toilets are constructed for the school. Because where the conditions we are in is not okay. The ones for the teachers is continuing to be very bad, and they say that it can't be accessed by the teachers. It is even forcing some of the teachers to go outside to ease themselves out. Because the toilets are so old, and they will be dated actually. So what I'm requesting is the stakeholders should really help us so that new toilets are constructed for the school.
Mr. Ali Moses, the school management committee chairperson, said it is true that the latrine condition in the school is not good and said the number of stances for the pupils is not enough, and in the staff side there is no latrine, and this has made the staff to share the latrines with the pupils. But as a school management committee and Parents Teachers Association, they had a meeting in first term in which they agreed to raise some funds to build a latrine for the staff.
It is true that the latrine condition in a Nuru-Islamic primary school is not good. If you see the number of stances for the pupils is not enough. And if you come to the staff side, totally we don't have latrine for our staffs. This makes them to share latrines with the pupils. As SMCs with the PTA, in the first time we had a meeting where we agreed that we should raise some fund so that we can have a latrine for the staffs.
Honorable Letaru Gladys, the female councillor for Central Ward in Moyo Town Council, who is also a member of the school management committee, said they have already forwarded the issue to the district, but also as parents and community members of the school, they agreed in a meeting that all the parents should contribute 2,000 shillings per pupil, and this money will be used for constructing emergency latrine for the school, especially for the teachers, and very soon they will reach out to the civil society organizations for help.
We can't afford, we forward to the district. This is what we have already forwarded to the district, and we pray that the district also considers this as an emergency state. But leave alone the town council and the district, we as the community, as the parents of Nuru Primary, we called a parents meeting. We have sat down with the parents. Our parents came with an idea that we need to contribute some funds. So each pupil is going to give 2,000 shillings for us to construct an emergency latrine for the school. Most especially for the teachers now, because the ones they are having is already dilapidated, inaccessible actually. So the parents have agreed to give 2,000 per each pupil, and we have close to 700 something pupils, whereby we may made some good collections, and soon we shall reach up to some civil society organizations to help us.
Mr. Malimaiko, the district education officer Moyo, said the stance ratio of the latrines in the school is below the national norm, and therefore there is need for doing maintenance and repair on the current dilapidated latrine structures in the school.
The stance ratios are below the national norm. So what we may need to do is do repair work on the dilapidated structures, and then also do draining where latrines are getting full. However, I'm happy with the Muslim community because they are clean and they use plenty of water.
Nur Islamic Primary School is the only Islamic primary school in Moyo Town Council and has an enrollment of 630 pupils and 15 teachers with 10 latrine stances for the male pupils. I'm Dominic Antonio Kumu from Moyo.
All right, thank you very much, Dominic Okumu, for that report from Moyo in regards to the dilapidated structures that we have in government schools that we have in this region. And that is not only, Nor Islamic Primary School. Visit some of the government structures that we do have in Westnile. Last week I was viewing some stories. I have to tell you that there's a school, a community school in Tarago, that 7 classes are studying in a church. And so one class faces the wall, the other one faces the other side of the altar, another one now has to turn the back on the other one. And so 7 teachers teaching in one church, teaching different classes, and so education in Uganda. And I don't know whether those children will really reach the level that other people have really reached. And it's quite unfortunate that we continue to have dilapidated structures in our schools And these schools are owned by government and nobody cares about this. And so I think it's quite unfortunate that some people don't think about the future of the young generation that we have right now. Let's get to Marasha District. The people of Paranga Clan on 1st July 2023 joined by government officials and people from other parts of Marasha District in commemorating their annual cultural event dubbed the Paranga Day, held in Marasha East constituency. Let's have more on this story.
People of Paranga Clan on the 1st of July 2023 joined the government officials and the people from other parts of Marasha District in commemoration of the annual cultural event dubbed Paranga Day, held at Marasha East constituency. An elder in Paranga Clan, Gandhi Osonga, blamed the involvement of the religion and government over the alarming level of indiscipline displayed by the children among the society.
Dini mikapanga sura erbenkarwa te kanisa kati mfiangiri ba kanisa ikijira gauni mene mbaso zimile rozo rozi ande urdio second ba boga dali azir ba pije andini ekan era panga guran iyo pero kodle setene ametido kondo be arza wondo gari lichide andi muligu okoberari mega ba ja
Peter Atiku, another elder in Paranga Clan, stated that too much producing of children has caused some of the problems we have in our societies today.
Amanzi angiri pe anzi magete zo zarura ba lutu anzi timudri nasi taba special amavura zinti kalito igara no danzi herdire diaz kama sungondo batardi changondo tangiri rubiyozandi.
Honorable Simon Ositia, the Paranga Sub-County Councillor to the District Council, noted that some of the key activities during the event were poem, drama, history telling, and traditional dance, among others, to revive their cultural heritage.
The key activities, in fact, one is the traditional dances. We also the schools around to give poems, and we also wanted the drama. Our traditional dance to recall our culture. You know, these days, these traditional dances are no longer there. But on such occasions, when they are organized, people realize that this is how things were. And they even enjoy this, we were able to see.
The Paranga Sub-County LC3 chairperson, Honorable Osutre Godfrey, stated that the fading culture has caused moral decay in our societies.
We now sat with the LOC1 and some stakeholders that how are we going to celebrate this? Now they said since culture is fading and the previous culture was very, very important in ushering discipline, in ushering morals, and it made the actual our guys to grow discipline. But this time when you check around, people tend to forget about culture. Now we choose to go with this celebration in a cultural way. That's why you saw even our guys bringing back the traditional songs, the storytelling. At least it will help also our young ones to know that previously culture was there. Embracing traditional culture to refine morals. If you check previously, a girl to go for fornication, it was a taboo. But this time you can see even young ones carrying children, which is not nice. But previously for a young one to carry a child, that was really a taboo. That's why we want us to focus and that morals come back.
Paranga Day is the only cultural event commemorated in Marasha District. Osuta Yusuf and Okumuringa Christine for Westnile Television, now cast.
All right, thank you very much. It is good once in a while you have to come together and, celebrate your cultural heritage. And thank you very much to the people of Paranga in Marasha district for thinking about your cultural heritage. And it's a very, very nice moment if you come together from different, clans joining in to celebrate your cultural heritage. It's a very nice one. And I love, associating with such group of people who think about their culture. It's quite unfortunate that some of the children and some of those who went to school, not to the school, do not know about their culture. It's quite unfortunate. We tend to, bend low, and we tend to glorify the Western cultures, and then we pretend that all is well. Let me tell you, your culture is your culture. And so it is important that you should be able to embrace, whether you are educated or not educated, you have a root. You can trace back your root, and you have, to have that sense of belonging. I am an Alur, and I'm proud. And I know my culture very well, and I cannot really bend low for my culture. I have to stand straight and say, this is my culture, and I have to embrace. And so thank you very much for the people of Paranga, especially those who went to embrace the cultural day for the people of Paranga in Marasha district that we have here in West Nile. What about other cultures that we do have? What are you doing? What are you thinking about your culture? It is important that we should always embrace our culture. Promote your own culture, as the white people are also doing. They're promoting their culture. Why not us to promote our own also, so that it becomes a source of tourist attraction and we get money? We can also make money out of these cultural performances that we do see people joke around with. I love a certain gentleman here in Arua. He's the chairperson of Arua Cultural Troupe, and for him, always, if big dignitaries are coming from Kampala, they are approached and they make their money there. They are a group of young people who are good in displaying the cultural skills and dances that they have really practiced, and they make money. And other people, you can as well make money. And so we need to come together and promote our culture. If you don't promote it yourself, who will promote it for you? Nobody. And so it's important that we should really have our route where we can really, go back to and, embrace and smile a bit. And I have been discussing off air with my colleagues here that I love the way the Dinka, one of the cultural groups that we do have in South Sudan, the way they dance, the display of their skills when they're dancing, it's really very, very nice. And I love that. And that means that, yeah, they have a culture that they embrace. Go to Karamoja. I have to tell you that the Karamojong will never, embrace other people's culture. This is European culture, what, that is for you. But for Karamojong, whether in public, the Karamojong will really wrap himself with their sheets, and you know what their sheets look like and what it means to them. This issue of cattle rustling, I have been told that it's part of their culture, because that is something that they grew up with. And that's why government is also finding it difficult to end the cattle rustling, because something that is embedded in the culture, it becomes very hard for other people to fight, other forces to fight. And so that is how the Karamojong are able to really embrace their culture. I think in Uganda, if the cultural institutions or the cultures that we do have in this country, or there are people in this country that who do embrace their culture 100%, we have the Karamojong. Go to Karamoja. I can remember vividly, I was in Moroto for 1 week, and I could not see guys embracing other people's culture. For them, they stick to their culture. Dressing code, they just, even if it is an international conference, a very big conference, you see a Karamojong dressing in his or her attire, entering with it inside the conference hall and attending the conference. While for some of us, we want to behave like George Bush, and we want to behave like the Americans, and we want to behave like somebody. We want to behave like a Britain. I have to tell you that it is not that way. We can embrace our culture, and we promote our culture. It's a very good one, and so I call upon all the cultural institutions that we have in West Nile. Let us continue promoting our culture. Once in a while, once in a year, we come together, we celebrate, we eat, we drink, and we dance together, and we make friends, And through that, you are able even to know who is your relative and who is not your relative. Through that, you're able to know who is your great-great-grandfather, and the lineage there becomes very easy for you to follow. And if your grandchildren ask you some years to come, you're able to tell them that, you know, our great-grandfather was called so-and-so, and he was able to produce so-and-so, so-and-so produced so-and-so, so-and-so produced this. How many of us can really trace back around 5 great-grandfathers of ours that we know? These guys here, Jajamini, Narua City, and Fire Eaters, I don't know even they know that their grandfather, their grandfather, where and their lineage, because each and every time they're just showing marungi, thinking about how to rob somebody who is walking in the streets. They don't have to think about even their culture. What they know is that they belong to this cultural institution, but after that, what else? Even some of them don't know who their grandfather is. Somebody says that they have to be taken for DNA tests for them to know where exactly they belong. And so let me leave the issue of DNA test aside and get more story here. Let's go to Acholi Sub-Region. Gulu University students are worried about the escalating number of mental health cases growing among students at the university. According to the guild officials, mismanagement of tuition fees, broken relationships, and failing to pay for tuition fees in time among the major causes of mental illness among students in the university. Stephen Okello reports more from Gulu.
Looking at the age bracket of students at universities, many shy have to open up to their colleagues.
My friends, I think they are so introverts. They don't tell people when they're suffering. So parents, they don't deposit any money, let me say, in the bank for tuition. They give you. So some people, maybe, let me say, at the start of the semester, they eat the money. Then, you know, if you eat some money for tuition, it's very difficult to refund it. So they eat their money. Sometimes maybe retakes.
A recent case I can cite is the current one of BLQ. Some students invested their tuitions on BLQ, but later on they did end up being disappointed, and that affected majority of the students, which in return they had that mental health problem.
Marvin Drake says there is need for development partners to come in and help Gulu University in fighting mental health. He believes the magnitudes of the problem is overwhelming the current intervention being taken by the university.
Personally, I think I would say the interventions that have been taken are they're a bit limited, or they are not sufficient enough to cover up or to bring people out of these challenges that they're facing, these mental health issues they're facing. Personally, I should say I got to know about the university councillor just a few weeks back. I believe there are very many people who are like me.
Namanya Geoffrey, the health minister at Gulu University Guild government, urges students to help by referring their friends exhibiting mental health related signs to the university councillors.
We are having a university councillor. Any challenge a student is having, he should be addressing it to the university councillor. The university councillor has an office within the university where you are supposed to go as a student and you address your issues. She's always there to guide you. Issues concerning counseling and guidance, she's always there in all the cases to guide you.
Annabel Sanyo, UN Youth Fellow, under the programs, UN Youth Delegates paid a courtesy visit to Gulu University to encourage students in the university to regularly seek for counseling services because the current mental health statistic is worrying.
When you are to look at Uganda, 14 million Ugandans are suffering from mental health. What does that mean for us as a country where the youth are the biggest population? It means that the youth are suffering the most. And when you are to look at it from this angle, if 14 million Ugandans are sick, it means that if 2 Ugandans were to interact with one more other person on a daily basis, then the whole country, the whole population is affected.
Advice to seek or refer their colleagues for counseling services as one way to curb down the prevalence of mental health illness in Uganda. Stephen Okello for Westnile Television, Nilecast.
All right, thank you very much, Stephen Okello, for that report about mental illness worrying the students of Gulu University. And I do not know what is the case with the students of Muni University here. You have to know that the government sponsored students last week, but one were able to really take to the streets to protest the delayed payment by the government, and they are saying that they're living on mangoes that are in the neighborhood, and the mangoes are now getting done, and they are worried what they will be eating after the mangoes are done. And so I believe that this should not really tantamount to mental illness for the students who are studying at Muni University here. And I believe that government of the Republic of Uganda has been able to address that particular problem. If not, allow me to take this opportunity to really highlight this to those that are in government. Because I've been told that governments are human beings like us. Government is not maybe a statue somewhere. Human beings, especially those who are on offices in the in the trust of the public. And so the students of Muni University, the other time they were protesting about the delayed payment of the allowances, and I believe that this has been worked upon because they seem to be silent about that. If they have not been really sorted out, then government has to sort them out. Remember, we are in the next in another financial year, 2023, 2024, and so the money that they were supposed to receive in the previous financial year has to be really remitted to them so that they can really continue with their education, so that they don't get to be affected by mental health that seems to be affecting the students of Gulu University, as it has been disclosed during the United Nations Youth Affair that took place at Gulu University right there. Let's get to issues to do with finance here in our country, Uganda. Ministry of Finance has, for the second time, swept away the 6 billion shillings meant for staff salaries in Terego district after the district has failed to appoint officers on recruited officers to be recruited to utilize the funds. And so in the financial year 2021-2022 financial year, the district failed to advertise for positions, and this resulted into the repossession of the funds by ministry. While during the just concluded financial year 2022-2023, the district delayed to appoint 154 teachers recruited. Frederick Dramadri reports more on this issue of sweeping back the money to the consolidated fund by the Minister of Finance. Here
about 66 billion was swept. 6 billion was swept. When you take analysis of the region, I think Ajumani could be over 10 billion, Yobe could also be over 10 billion, everywhere. But for Terego is actually a national outlook. I'm not saying returning 1 shilling is good. Why was this money returned? Why was this money returned? This money is wage. This money is wage. Minister of Lands sent me money. He returned 2.5 billion in May through Parliament, Honorable Minister. I received the money through the paper came on 21st of May. The money reached the account where I can spend on 4th of June. You can see you must make a miracle, pray God should help you. Honorable Minister, as we stand at the closure, no whose money was swept. The money was put and injected on development areas. The money we returned was for salary.
That is Benson Otim, the Chief Administrative Officer of Terego District, who is the accounting officer of the district, disclosing that to the public. And so 6 billion returned back to the consolidated fund by the district of Terego is quite unfortunate right there. All right, we do apologize for that technical glitch, dear viewer. Let's go for a break, and when we come back, we still have more for you.
Westnile TV, lighting up the region. Westnile TV, lighting up the region.
Get more for less on Star Times this Easter season. Cartoon channel for best children entertainment. New global series. Local drama on Makula TV and football all around the world. Simply make weekly or monthly subscription and enjoy upgrade to the next bouquet. For classic or super bouquet customers, subscribe for a month and enjoy 5 days extra. Family time with Star Times. Star Times is regulated by UCC.
Westnile TV, lighting up the region.